Hi, it's the Blind Man Handyman, and I am working on changing outdoor lights. And so we're checking it out. I went up and checked out this already to figure out what was going on. I brought this is my Oreo screwdriver. If you can't get a screw out, use this one. You got excellent grip. I think every dog should chew on your screwdriver. I tell you, when I try to take a screw out, this one here always gets it. So I looked at this, said, wow, this could be a headache, trying to get these flat screws out. And they're pretty rusty. And it's like, Oreo screwdriver or not, the angle sucks. So let's just keep it simple, grind the suckers off. So I have the grinder out. Here's this little screw. I'm gonna try to slide it. So these are garbage anyway, so we're just gonna give it. One. Replace myself a little bit. Oops. Cut the other head over here. We're just cutting the head off because it's like really rusty. Oh, there we go. I guessed right. I'll show you. I'm not sure if this one's going to be the same, but my last light, I took the other light down over there. The other one, the ground wasn't hooked up, so which would make it very dangerous for you if you're changing a light bulb, because this is metal. If it's grounded, let's see this one here. So same with this, we have no ground on this. Now it could be grounded through the screws, but that all gets corroded, so you want a really good ground. So while you're changing this light bulb, you could end up with curly hair. Just because someone decided not to put the grounds on. Or, I don't even know if there's a ground with it. There's no ground on this anyway. I see that. The other, I think the new ones have grounds on them. So it looks like this wire, this light runs that light. See how there's double wires here? So the wire, this one here, and the wire, the power comes from this light to the other light. So now to get those bolts off, I grinded out and brought some handy dandy vice grips. You can use pliers, but vice grips you just grab onto the suckers and you're good to go. Yeah, vice grips are handy dandy little tools. I guess I should have stuck with the vice grips. I got other screws to pick up. That's my magnetic ring later, so just thought about some I won't be able to pick up because they're stainless. You can fast forward through this. You look like a Superman.
Yeah.
Holy moly. But as you can see, it's a lot easier to do that, grinding them off, than fooling around with a screwdriver. Yeah, especially if you got a pair of vice grips. Someone put some forever screws in there.
What?
Forever screws. It's really long. Take forever to get off. Okay, so I just want to check through my wires. There's wire. Let's see if we can find a ground in here somewhere. There's that ground because I'm going to use the ground this time. I'm going to check and make sure all the morettes are tight too, because they've been sitting, heating and cooling a lot. So, and I like to poke them so they're pointing up. So if they're pointing up, they can't fall off because of gravity. The ones that are in there. There we go. We're right there now. Everything's sort of there here. I got the bracket on that holds the new light. These are Phillips head screws. Changing a light bulb, anybody should do it if they, if they turn the power off, and it's not really complicating. So there's lots of probably good YouTube videos on it. This one I think is good because it shows you a shitty situation where it's rusty. And also shows you stuff to look for, like, not having grounds on and why you want it to be grounded. Because if that ground was on, and say the hot wire, say the moret fell off that and it was touching the outside housing, and the ground was on, then it would trip the breaker. Now we're gonna do now I can fast forward myself in this. Just like that. That's a little easier. There we go. Your hand can't move that fast. So we are theoretically ready for the light. If this thing could hand me a light, that'd be great. Please. Okay, so I'm back again. Pause here for a second. Okay. Let's point out. The reason I meant Oreo screwdriver, my dog chewed this up, and when I can't get a screw out, if I use this one screwdriver here, my hand never slips because she chewed it up. It was
and
really
her
cute.
name was Oreo.
Her name was Oreo. So now we're gonna wire this up.
Shit. Went green.
What went green?
Screen.
What?
The screen, I went to zoom in and it went green.
She's got a lot of copper wires there. I have 3 round wires in here. So I'm going to these are bigger. Moret. Just twisting these tighter. The ground wires. 3 of them there. These look like fairly new type of Moretts, actually. So I'm gonna use them again. I'll try it and see if they don't work out. I'll get some new ones. Oh my. Spray on the wrong spot, blind guy.
That's the old Moret you're using?
Yeah, they seem to be working fine.
Okay.
See if I can tie them to there. Push that down there. If you pause for a minute, I'm gonna run and get some new ones for the power wires. I need to use bigger ones. Okay, I got new Moretts. These are yellow ones. Like the other ones were probably yellow.
They were red. The old ones?
Oh, those. Oh, they're red.
They were more burgundy now.
Okay, what color is that wire?
Black and white.
Okay, I didn't realize you were hooked together. That one?
Can't see it. Black?
Those ones?
Don't know. We were both white.
Perfect. So I gotta just use
Is
the
that right?
white one here. It's nice and tight. Black one. I want to get in the way so that it grabs.
Pardon?
I'm trying to get it in the way so it grabs and mixes with. Let's see, yellow. It twists in good with the other wires. So I want to make sure it's on the outside. I'm gonna grab the next one. It's there.
What?
It's yellow.
Yes.
Just make sure it gets nice and tight. If you twist it too much, you can twist them off. But there's double wires there, so it's a little harder. If it was a single wire, I wouldn't be using a pair of pliers. Take these back in. Keep them pointing up. With the other ones. There we go. They're in now. These here I adjusted already. So the height of these, you gotta adjust them because the little screws, the little nuts, they don't go right through. You need to adjust them. There's a little, that's not what I'm looking for. There's little nuts on these things here. You can sort of set them to set. So set that one. Maneuvering it so none of the wires get pinched. Through the holes. Find little nuts and washers. Is those rubber pieces? They weren't part of that, were they? It's in my pocket.
The little rubber.
I got some little rubber things there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You gave me metal washers, right?
No, I think they're rubber. You got other things in your pocket?
Yeah, I didn't know that they were rubber washers. I thought they were metal. I have a problem because my little screw is tight and I don't have enough thread, so I have to take it off again and back those back off on the inside. So you can pause it while I do that to make the adjustment. Okay, so you can see my little screws are shorter now. Gives me a way that I can tighten it up. Oops. Look for my little rubber washers. There's not much sticking out because, well, inside it's like really flimsy. Once I tighten it, it'll pull it tight. Now I have to look for another little rubber washer in my pocket of pockets. Well, I tighten up the little nuts in the backside because when I'm screwing these little screws in, you want the little nuts to go tight. Otherwise, they would go screw backwards into the thing, and they could only be the screws could screw backwards inside. And then you'd run. You'd only be hooked on by a couple of threads. Lock straight. Yeah.
Can't tell from here. I have to move.
Okay. Move and see. So before I tighten it right up.
Pause it or no?
Yeah, pause this here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tighten these little bolts a little tighter. It's hard to tell. Try not to scratch all the bolts. Call it good. Now we're looking at the lens piece. Have it, please.
Just a minute.
Okay, now we're gonna put these in. Do they go from the top to the bottom? From the bottom.
Under.
It's like a balancing act.
I'll pause.
Okay, well we're putting these screws in now. A little bit difficult. I don't know why they gotta make it so difficult on these lamps. All these light things seem to be really finicky little screws and stuff in them. Tight, but I don't know how tight to make it. Still moving around a bit. Maybe there's Loctite or something on these things. Should be locked out in the screws because it's definitely grabbing better. It's a little bit tight to go in. I think these came off at Amazon. I think everybody buys everything off Amazon these days. There's no lighting fixture stores wherever we live. Amazon's a good choice. And it's easy to change the light bulb. You don't have to take the glass out. You can just reach up and say. It's a really cool bulb looking. Looks like an incandescent bulb, but it's LED.
You're crooked. No, you're crooked. There you go. Try that.
I'm blind. I don't get much experience putting in light bulbs. How many blind guys it take to put in a light bulb?
Don't do it too tight. I'm the one's got to take it out.
Well, I just have to make sure it's snug because it was.
All right.
Okay, that's it for changing the light fixture on the outside of your house. And if it's rusty and hard to do, and quick way to do it is grind the screws off. Thanks for watching.